Well, I'm going to ask if John would come. I don't know if you... I couldn't find any... oh, there we go. I couldn't find any ceremonial for Corps Sergeant Majors being retired. And I think you guys just die away or something. I don't know. But last night, after being here and hearing all the accolades of who you are, I was so pleased that you could hear them now and not wait until you're laid out in front of us here, as so often happens. And it's good that people were willing to be open and to be truthful with you about your ministry as a Corps Sergeant Major here at the Lakewood Temple. John, 45 years. When I retire, I'll have put in 45 years. So I've got 8 more to go, I guess, according to calculations. But 45, and I always thought that was great until I realized that Gunnar Erickson retired the year I was commissioned.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's 37 years ago, and he's still with us.
Yes. He's been retired longer than he worked.
That's right. But I think there's some significance to this. This morning, I was thinking this through again. There is, with your retiring after 45 years of serving as Corps Sergeant Major, some real merit. There's a lot of the sad side of it, but the good side of it is that once you're retired, you're not going to be any different than you are right now.
I'll be here tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning, you'll be here. This congregation needs to see that John Grambush is who he is because of who he is, and not because of what he is. Oftentimes we attribute your work, your dedication, your love for God, because it's expected you're the Corps Sergeant Major. No different than the Corps officer. It's his job. The beauty of it is that we're going to see firsthand that there's no difference in the life of John as a Corps Sergeant Major or not. Now, I don't know what that's like, because 45 years, I mean, that's a long time. Do you remember how to act without being a Corps Sergeant Major?
I don't think it'll change. You know?
I don't think it's going to change. That's the beauty, because you do it naturally. I guess I was there when you were installed as Corps Sergeant Major, but you can tell I really don't have good recall. I was probably preoccupied.
Probably.
Which was one of your challenges as Corps Sergeant Major. But as you came into the Corps Sergeant Majorship, I have a hunch that you did not feel qualified for that responsibility.
Still don't.
You were following some tremendous leaders.
Yeah.
And there are tremendous leaders in the Corps, strong leaders. Mm-hmm. I would suspect that you were a little bit like Moses when he said to the Lord, "Oh Lord, I have never been eloquent, neither in the past or since you've spoken to me, your servant. I'm slow in speech. Let's think of some reasons why I should not be the Corps Sergeant Major." Because, John, there are people in this congregation who are groveling with that same issue.
Yep.
Wanting to find reasons why they should not step forward and take leadership. Now, you've conquered that. The army forced you to.
Yes. People expected it.
Moses stood before God, and the Lord said to him, asked him a question, actually. He asked him, who gave you that mouth? Sort of shot down his excuses. Who gave you that mouth? Who makes him deaf or dumb? Who gives him sight? And who gives sight to the blind? God's speaking to us. If it's not I, the Lord, then who is it? And Moses said, oh Lord, please send someone else. Did you feel that way?
I don't remember how I felt, but I just felt that it's an awesome responsibility. And how would I be able to carry it out as eloquently as those who have been before me?
Wonderful.
And, I felt the congregation deserved the best. And I didn't think I was that best.
And John, it's that very humility that made you the man you are today. And we say hallelujah. Because it is when we think we're suitable.
Yes.
It's when we think we have arrived that we fail. But it's when we turn it over to God and say, all there is of me, Lord. And you have to depend upon him.
That's right.
That's what makes a Corps Sergeant Major. That's what makes anything a Sunday school teacher. That's what makes whatever we endeavor to do, is when we allow God to fashion us in his likeness. Again, take this staff in your hand so that you can perform miraculous signs. Well, this morning we tried last night to share with you our thanks, and I'm certain you've accepted that and you've realized if we were to monetarily reward you for what you've done, we probably couldn't do that. I know I couldn't. And so we just search for how can we say thank you. And I know that your major has a plaque here that he's going to bring out. And I want to give still another challenge to you, John. It seems strange that I'm giving a challenge to John, the young teenager who, when you became Corps Sergeant Major, and now as a turn of this,
Yes.
it's weird.
You kept us on our knees, though, Dan.
I learned how to go to my knees.
Yes.
That's good. This plaque is pretty large. I hope you have a good size office or something that you can put it in. But it says, in recognition of exceptional service, the Salvation Army in the United States awarded to John Grambush, and signed by the Territorial Commander and the National Commander. Wow. Those are legitimate, no stamps on those. They signed them. And so let's give them a hand, all right?